Yo, you're watching Wordplay TV. This is Parallax. Make sure you tune in and look out for my new single, Round and Round with Rakaa Iriscience. Let's get it.
Okay, it's myself, Mxrtlxk, here for Wordplay Magazine, chatting to the esteemed MC that everyone knows as Parallax. What's going on, bro?
My man, good to see you again.
No problem.
Back on it.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's good to have you in the studio.
Yeah, thank you, man.
We're off the back of the new video, Round and Round.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that, man.
Yeah.
It looks like it's done really well for you.
Appreciate that. Yeah,
What's been the best parts of the feedback and the response for it so far, dude?
Yeah, I mean, it's like done quite well in terms of getting on a few good publications. Like it got premiered on Iain, which was a pretty big site, which I was pretty happy about. Like, you know, it's nice to get a tastemaker on board straight away. But other than that, like it's been gathering good amount of views, you know, and it's had like support on. The best thing I think was Dilated sharing it on all of their socials as one of their own videos, which was like a nice surprise, and they shared it a few times. I could see it was getting liked by heavyweights out there like Charlie Tuna, like Sick Jackin, Reverie, these like beat junkies, like people like that I really rate from the West Coast, man. So like those kind of things were nice to have that acknowledgement. But other than that, yeah, the feedback's been real good, man, and I'm pushing this thing myself, so I'm really chatting with the fans and, you know, seeing what they're saying, integrating with what they have to say. So the feedback is, you feel it every step of the way, and with this one it's been like real positive, so yeah.
Nice, man. So yeah, like you picked Rakaa Iriscience, who's obviously a legend in the LA hip hop scene. Yeah, he's got like Dilated Peoples, they've got global fan base from underground hip hop heads to the more commercial sound of things. Like, what made you choose Rakaa Iriscience of all the different MCs in the world that you could have chosen?
You know what, man, he's like one of my biggest idols, man. Like when I grew up, you know, getting into this hip hop thing, I used to sort of study the game, and I just saw Dilated as like, their hip hop was real energetic, you know. I wanted to make hip hop with energy, and I just loved the way they had their branding. It's like they did the boom bap thing, but on a major scale with a nice branding. So I was like, that's how I want to do it, you know what I mean? So I studied how they did their thing, and they were kind of like a massive inspiration for me with my sound as well. So kind of growing up, yeah, I was studying what they're doing, and I never thought in a million years I'd even like see them at a live show, let alone, you know, like back when I was a kid. And it's like crazy to think how it's come full circle, man, like manifesting that thing. And, you know, we basically just, you know, I just worked towards it with my sound. And then originally, actually, I hit him up. I hit a load of people up on email, and he was actually someone that got back to me on an early freestyle, and I was like, no way, from email. And then that kind of like planted the seed, like maybe this can happen, maybe this could happen. And then yeah, years down the line, kind of things manifested, and yeah, we're here, man. So full circle, doing Trap My Idols. It's a trip, man, it's crazy.
Definitely, man. Like, that's a big career achievement right there. And what I think is dope is that it wasn't just a thing of him emailing over the 16-bar verse that you recorded. You actually recorded the track in the studio with him. Yeah. And you flew out to LA. Yeah. To do the video shoot. That must have been mad. Like, tell me a little bit about that creative process, and like what were some of the highlights of that journey?
Yeah, I mean, so originally we had communicated on email, and then I was told they were coming to London doing a tour, and I was like, yo, maybe I'll hit them up now they're in London. And I'll be like, maybe I'll hit Rakaa up and be like, let's see if he's actually on it this time. And then I heard nothing back for a little while, and then 2 weeks before the show, he's like, yo, I'm down to work, let's talk it out. And then I kind of just arranged all the bits, got the beat together, and then when I got the beat, it just had Round and Round in the hook. And I was like, that's the concept. So I fired it to him, and then we came up with the concept, and then we Skyped. I didn't even know anything was gonna happen until we Skyped the day before, and he was like, yo, next day, met him in Shoreditch before the show, brought him to the studio, met Evidence, met Babu, brought Rakaa to the studio near the gig, which was in Shoreditch. I brought him to the studio in Moorgate. Shout to New Gen Studios, big up them guys. And then, yeah, we basically laid our verses there, and it came up with a hook together, which was crazy, you know, and that was dope. That was real dope, because we kind of got the vibe then, and then we added extra bits, and then I got to say little bits in the intro, and it felt like a proper like link up, like we did it together. And then after that, I went away and like finished my verses, you know, then tidied it up and mixed it, you know, finished the third verse and that. And then, so then the tune was Round and Round, and it was like, I said, from London to life in LA, it keeps feeling like round and round. And then he changed his verse like in the studio to like, to London from life in LA, it keeps feeling like, I was like, yo, that's dope. We kind of picked up on what I did, and I was like, man, imagine we shot the video for this in London and LA, like how, and then from that point on, I was like, it has to be that. It can't be like some dead video, like just standing somewhere in one location. It's like, it's got to be all or nothing. And then, so yeah, basically the following year, I kind of organized everything, saved up my money, and was like, right, this is the vision, man. You up for it? And then following year we met up, and then again, a similar thing off tour. They were doing a show, and it was crazy, man, because we shot all my bits in the daytime, and then they had a show at Jazz Cafe at 7 o'clock, and it was like they were on at 9, but the doors opened at 7, and it was almost 7 o'clock, and they hadn't arrived yet, and I was like, damn, might not even be able to get these London shots, man. And literally, like, he's a G, man, because he rolled up, they went straight off an 8-hour bus from Frankfurt, they skipped the sound check, skipped all the other press stuff, and he just rolled with me and got the shots, man, and I rate him highly for that, because he kind of put everything aside to go and do it, you know what I mean? Then he went straight to the show, killed the show at Jazz Cafe, and then the following week I flew out to LA and we shot the rest of it with him there, and being out there was crazy, man. We got to like hang out with, like, there was like Charlie Tuna, J5 and all those guys backstage. Supernatural was freestyling right there because they headlined a show on one of the days that we were out there, and we got to chill backstage, and it was just like, wow. Man. Seeing how it's done there was the real deal, you know what I mean? So
from this collaboration, like, you must have learned a ton of stuff about how to execute like the hip hop process on a major level, but also like him really messing with you on that level as well. It must have boosted your kind of self-confidence and like personal like self-belief as an artist. Yeah. So how do you think that you're gonna kind of progress your career off the back of this video?
I think it was just like validation. You know, it just made me go, you know, like no one could take that thing away from me, that I came full circle and did something that with someone that I put at such a high point, you know what I mean? And it was just like, I'm doing something right. And main thing was even just meeting someone like Rakaa, who I really look up to, and he was real nice in real life and real humble, just down to earth, man. And it made me realize that's how you gotta move, you know, like there is no ego. He's just about his business and he knows what he's doing, and he's a pro. And being in the studio with him recording, he's just a pro, like just bangs it out, sounds great, then says stuff on the track, perfect for the skits, you know what I mean? It was like, and he's just a super dope guy. So like off the back of that, man, that just kind of showed me how to move and just gave me the confidence that, you know what, this is a milestone. Imagine what is possible if this has happened. That was it. I'm like, that is proof, sky is the limit, man, for me. So there's no barriers now, really. And yeah, man, like, want to go back out to the States, like build on that. But yeah, man, I don't know, I'm just like, yeah, I feel really blessed to have like achieved that. Like I've got that far in my life, but it's only the beginning, man. So I'm just like fueled now, man. I've got everything ready to go. You know, I'm focused, man. I'm just ready to shell it down, man.
So what can we expect, like coming towards the end of 2018 into 2019? Like what's the next few months got planned for you?
Gonna drop another main single off the album, which is produced by me. You've got freestyles dropping, more music videos, gonna drop the album towards the end of the year. Don't have a release date yet, but album is there, just gonna shoot these videos, gonna do more interviews, do more freestyles, and yeah, man, I'm just ready to go, man. Like invest in more merch, try and cover all these things, man. But yeah, main priority is get the project out, get the videos out, and then everything in between. Do it as we come, man. And
in terms of your creative sound as an artist, are you going to stick to the current sound that you've been coming with over the last few years, or are you going to branch out into other kind of genres within the hip-hop spectrum?
Yeah, I mean, I'm already like shelling grime tunes as well. Like mainly my album is hip-hop, but the next single I've done is produced by me, which is actually more of a trap tempo, but I still sampled soul samples and did a hip-hop approach on it. So it's almost like my own take on that, you know, it's still hip-hop to me, but I'm experimenting a bit more, you know what I mean? And definitely going forward, I'm looking to show people that I can rap on anything. Obviously, everything's going to have my sound, everything's going to be hip-hop from the roots, but, you know, whether I kill a grime tune, I might do that, maybe I kill a trap thing, but everything's going to have my stamp.
Definitely.
And, like, yeah, just looking forward to show people, like, my versatility and what I'm capable of, because I don't think people fully, you know, I've been working for a few years on all this stuff, but to the public, they've only heard the stuff that's old or maybe the most recent singles, so need to kind of show people where I'm at, you know what I mean? I think the UK is at a point now where we've actually been fighting for so long to gain the recognition, and it's funny that it's just taken till now to kind of get there, because people have been grinding since Demon Boys, and you know, but it's crazy. I guess grime came around quite a while ago, right? And then it took the resurgence in like 2013, 2014 for it to go global. You know, Skepta made America take it seriously, kind of thing, you know what I mean? And funny, it was like German Whip that blew up before that and stuff, wasn't it? So like, I just think we keep it raw still. There's still like a hunger of bars. Everyone spits bars. Like there's not like a flooding of mumble rap here yet. I know people do auto-tune on some hooks and the drill scene and all that sort of stuff, but I feel like people are still about the bars here. So it's kind of got more of a, I feel like it's almost like a golden era now, but the internet has brought it forward. So, you know, even like the younger generation, they really know how to market themselves on social media or do the visuals well, a lot better than the older generation, you know, because they didn't grow up with the internet and that same thing. So, you know, I feel like we've just kind of done this grassroots thing and it's just blown grassroots. So in a weird way, I think we're like, you know, we're still in that more raw stage compared to the States, where the States has already just made so much money. It's already gone super mumble rap, and like, obviously they are the kings, but I feel like right now it's like a time where like there's a lot of good music coming out. A lot of people are making big dough independently for the first time. You know, like independent grime guys making mills, and that's the great thing. These guys are from the hood and stuff, and they're making like proper money off their own hard work and, you know, their savviness with technology. So I think, yeah, man, like people can just learn from the way we attack, you know, our own style, which is the grime, which is the Afro beat, you know, which is maybe our style of UK hip hop. And it's like, you know, I think there's something going on right now where, yeah, people are really popping off and they're doing their own thing. You know, you've got people like, for example, Steel Bangles would be doing something where it's kind of like not grime and it's not hip hop. It's like a weird, it's like an Afro swing kind of thing. You know what I mean? And I think that's like a unique sound. So I think before we would, in the earlier days of UK hip hop, they might have taken us as a copycat. But now it's obvious that we're leading our own thing, and
definitely.
Yeah.
And if there's any MCs watching at the minute that might be wanting to learn some stuff off the way that you've done it, what kind of tips of advice would you give to artists that are in the very early stage of their career?
I'd just say, like, you know, study your craft. It's pretty simple, but like study your favorite artists, you know, study like, you know, how I learned to flow and stuff. I used to like listen to people like Eldraw or like certain people that were well mathematical, and he's even got a tune called How to Flow where he raps he breaks down the flow. And I send that to people that ask me these things, because like those things really help me like break it down as a mathematical thing, because that's kind of how I look at it, like how am I putting the syllables tight, you know, like, so I'd just say like study your craft, study the people you really love, you know, learn from what people are doing branding wise. You know, you might be the dopest MC, you can kill every cypher, but your videos are trash and your branding is terrible. You know, like this game is a 360 thing. You can't be like, doing music is 20% of it, man. You've got your photography, you've got your videos, you've got, you know, like your shows, you've got your, how you present yourself. Like there's so many factors to this, you know, like, and there's so many factors to the music side. I just think try and study every bit and take the best from each bit, you know. So you might see, for example, I look up to ASAP Rocky for videos. I think he has the best aesthetics, man. Like that's where I want to be one day. Nowhere near that now, but he's who I look up to the visual side. You know, you might look up to someone else for the rap side. I might look up to like AJ Tracy for how he's doing it right now and his bangers, or, you know, like everyone, just take bits from everyone's style, make things your own in a weird way, you know. You're not biting, but like learn from the best, study your thing, and like never stop doing it, man. Like, you know, I did this thing on my own, so like just keep working, man. I was just rapping in the bedroom, like never thought I'd come out, you know, and even like work with my idols, and like after one project I've got them on my album, you know. So like just never stop working and have a vision, and that's it. It's cliche things to say, but like study your craft and never stop, man, and you'll get somewhere, you know what I mean?
All right, thanks very much, man.
Respect.
It's been a pleasure.